Hello and welcome to Database Management Systems. I'm Jivita Christie, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you data control language, which is used to create users in SQL. So let's begin. Now I'm already logged into my SQL Plus command line with my system username. And if I want to give access to some of my tables to somebody else, then of course you cannot access some other users' tables from somebody else's account. But if you want to give access to your tables, then you can do that because system is an administrative account in SQL Plus. So if you want, you can give access to to your tables to somebody else by creating an account for them. So let's do it. You can write down create user in order to create a new user, and then you'll mention the name of the user. Now, suppose I want to name my user John, then I'm going to write before it the hash because in the newest version of Oracle SQL Plus, you cannot name the user anything that's not starting with C hash. So that is necessary, and I've done that. And then after that, you can write down identified by, and then you'll write the password. So let's just give a simple password ABC123 and put a semicolon. And then it says user created. Now, in my previous video, I had created this table called restaurant, which looks like this. And right now, this user cannot access this table from his or her account. Let me show that to you. So I'm going to type connect because right now I'm connected with the system account, but I want to connect with John's account. So I'll write connect and I will enter the username of John, which is C hash John, and the password ABC123, which you can't see, but it's typed. And the first error that it gives me is that John does not have a create session privilege. This means John cannot yet connect to the database until John is given the permission to connect to the database. And this permission can be given only from your system administration account. So once again, you will have to connect to your system account. Oh, I typed it wrong. That's okay. We'll connect again, system, and the password. Once it's connected, now I'm going to give the permission to John to actually be able to log into the system. So I'm going to write here grant. Grant is the command to give permission. So grant create session. Create session means allow John to log in. Grant create session to C hash John and semicolon. And it says grant succeeded. Now let's see if John can connect or not. So let's type username John, password ABC123, and it says connected. So now John is able to connect, and John can create tables and John can view his own tables, but John cannot view your tables yet. The tables created by you from your system account. Let us see. If I do select star from, now in order to access a table that is created by system, I need to write system dot name of the table. So the table is restaurant, and you will see it says table or view does not exist. It actually exists, but John won't be able to see it because John does not have the right to be able to access this table. So let's connect from system and give this right to John. So once again, connect, and I'm going to type username, password, and it says connected. Now I'm going to grant the right to select on my table. And let's say that I also want to allow John to insert new values. Then I'm going to write grant select comma insert on, and I'll specify the name of the table because I don't want to give right to select and insert into all tables that I've created. I just want to give this a permission on restaurant table. So on restaurant, and then you'll write to C ## John and put a semicolon. So that says grant succeeded. Now let us see by connecting to John's account if John can access this. So now let us write select star from system dot, the name of the table was restaurant. So system dot restaurant, and we'll put a semicolon, and you can see that John can now actually access the table and view the entire table as it is. Now let's see if John can insert something into this table. So insert into restaurant values, and let's say I want to insert some item. Let's insert ice cream, and let's insert a price 200 and quantity 30 and semicolon, enter. Now it gives me an error that table of view does not exist because I forgot to mention that this is system.restaurant. See, when I'm typing just restaurant, that means I'm trying to insert something into a restaurant table created by John, but John hasn't created any tables. So if you want to insert into systems table, you need to write system.restaurant. So once that is done, you can hit enter. It says one row created. So let's take a look at it. Select star from system.restaurant, and you can see that row has been added inside. Now let's see if I can delete something from here. Because if you remember, I have only given John the permission to perform select and insert on the restaurant table, but not update and delete. So we need to check if John can update and delete. So let's say that John wants to delete something. So I'm going to do delete from restaurant. Let's try to delete everything where the price is greater than 100. So, and once again, you need to type system.restaurant, not just restaurant. And let's hit enter. And you can see it gives me an error this time that says insufficient privileges because I do not have the permission to delete anything from here. I can, however, select and insert. I cannot delete and update because no permission. Now let's go back to the system. Let's go back to the system account that we have. So let's connect to it. And let's check what the table restaurant looks like. Now, because restaurant was created from system, you just need to write select star from restaurant, not system.restaurant, because it was created by system, and you're accessing from there. You can see here how ice cream has been added, which was added by John, but you can view it from here too, to show that it's not actually a copy that John is accessing. John is able to access the same table. And let me just show you how you can also provide update and delete to John. So let's just grant one more right to John to delete on restaurant to C# #John, and it says branch succeeded. So once again, I'm going to go back and connect to John's account. It was C##John. Password is ABC123. Says connected. This time I'm going to do delete from system.restaurant where price greater than, let's say, 400, and let's press enter. And it says one row deleted. Let's check which one. So select star from system.restaurant, and yes, the combo row is gone, which was having a price of 1000. So John can now perform deletions, but can John perform updations? He cannot, because we haven't given him the right to update anything. For example, if John tries to do system.restaurant set price, let's say he wants to increase the price of everything by 100, then it's going to give the error that the privileges are insufficient, which means John does not have the privilege to do this. Now let's go back to the system account and take away the permission from John. So remember how I allowed John to delete something from the table? Now I don't want to allow John to delete something from the table. Then I'm going to write revoke delete on the table restaurant from the user John. And it says revoke succeeded. And once again, you know what we are going to do now. Connect to John's account and enter the password. And now try to delete something from the restaurant table. So delete from system.restaurant where, and I'm going to pass something where price is greater than, say, 200 and semicolon. And now you can see it says insufficient privileges. So you can give permission, but you can also take away permission whenever you like. Now let's see how you can remove the user itself. So let's connect back to system. And the query is very simple. If you want to delete the user created, you just need to write drop user and the name of the user, which is John. So when you type drop user C##John, it will take a while, but it will remove John. You can see it says user dropped. And now if you try to connect back to John with the username C##John and the password ABC123, then you can say it says invalid username or password. So this is how you can create users and give permissions to them, take away permissions, and also delete users through data control language. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.